So I've come to central London. I'm here in central London and I'm outside this lovely cafe called Silva's. It's a Greek family who run it, and I think that this is the place where Cat Stevens used to live, and his family used to run a cafe here, I believe. I believed where his parents ran a cafe and he lived upstairs and he recorded some of his most famous hits. But I've just been in the cafe and they say no, this is actually not the cafe, it's across the road. And now, just before we go over to see if we can find it, take a look at that orange building. It's orange and next to it is a green building, and then there's Penned House, and then there's a church. Well, somewhere around here is the headquarters of the British Secret Service, MI5 and also MI6, and I have a feeling, nobody really knows, but I have a feeling it's just beyond that orange building. You can see an ugly grey building, and I think it's in there is the headquarters of the Secret Service. Well, I'm going to try and cross the road now. We can see the red man, and we're searching for Cat Stevens's home. He lived there as a teenager. I'm going to be really naughty and I'm going to cross the road on the red man. Oops. Made it. And we can hear a lot of traffic noise. But look at this. This has got to be something by Banksy. It should be called The Thinker. The Thinker, the famous well, I'm so overawed I can't think of the word, sculpture by Rodin, which is called The Thinker. And this one is called the Drinker, and then they've crossed it out and they've called it The Stinker, and then underneath it says Take the Piss. I'll explain more of that if I ever meet you firsthand. This has got to be something to do with Banksy. Yes, indeed, it's a Banksy sculpture. And there you can see there's a man sitting on a toilet and he's got a traffic cone on his head and he's thinking. And it was originally called The Drinker, and it's now called The Stinker. There you go. Take the piss. That's an English saying which is quite rude. I'll explain more about that if I ever meet you, what take the piss means. And there's somebody sitting on a toilet thinking. Yep, and it's by Banksy. I didn't know that was there. Let's move on, because we're searching for Cat Stevens. Aha, here we are. I can see it now. I'm going to walk quite fast, quite quickly. There's the Crown Pub. Number 243, and it's an art gallery called Under the Influence. Specialist for Andy Warhol, Bambi, Banksy, Damien Hirst, Keith Haring, Robert Indiana and Roy Lichtenstein. Possibly originals, possibly copies, but it's now an art gallery. So this is where Stavros, Cat Stevens's cafe used to be. Aha! A restaurant. Is it a restaurant? No, it's a hairdresser's. There's a hairdresser's. Let's go round and, oh, a bit loud. Let's go round and see if we can find the staircase where Cat Stevens was photographed. He was photographed sitting on a staircase, and I think it was for his first album for Duram Records, and the song Matthew and Son was on that record, and you can see him standing on a staircase. This is an umbrella shop, James Smith and Son Umbrellas, where posh British people buy their posh umbrellas. And as usual, there's a lot of activity with buses and incident response. Ah yes, I think a bus has possibly broken down. I reckon it's that one. But I haven't seen any sign of a staircase, and no sign, there's no blue plaque, there's nothing to say that Cat Stevens lives here, but maybe it was that cafe across the road where he lived. Giotto Ristorante, Pizzeria, Stedham Place. Ah, Kornaki Greek restaurant, because Cat Stevens' family were originally from Greece, or Cyprus perhaps. I'm not getting any sense that Cat Stevens was ever here, but I'm going to go into the hairdressers and ask them and see if they can help me. So more from me later.